Okay. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Giri Varadhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravana Chari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Jai Jai Prabhupada 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 Jai Prabhupada Om Vishnupad Brahmans Prashpacharya Ashtoda Shri Srimad Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai ISKCON founder Acharya BD founder Acharya Seva the whole world Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai Nitya Vishnu Om Vishnupad Brahmans Prashpacharya Ashtoda Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrind Ki Jai श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त बिंद की जय श्री राधा मदन गोपाल भगवान की जय श्री सिंताई चांद गौर सुंदर की जय वेद गौर भक्त बिंद की जय और glory assembled duty Hare Krishna और glory assembled duty Hare Krishna all glory assembled duty Hare Krishna all glory to Shri Shri Guru Shigaranga all glory Shri Prabhupada ki jai. All right, welcome everyone for the fortnightly call of our Dãsãnudãs course. So let's begin with the Mangalacharan prayers, the auspicious prayers to start our class. I hope others are also joining. So Hrit Krishna Prabhu and Arang Lata Mataji and also the other devotees from the NZ.
Right.
So
With Krishna Prabhu will be a bit late because he has got a meeting to attend, which he could not. Yeah. Also, he will, as soon as he finishes, he will join from there. Yeah.
Josh,
Thank you, Prabhu.
yeah. Others also from a few more devotees are there from NZ. So please see to them if they're joining or not.
I think some devotees, Prabhuji, are visiting India. Am I right, Vishnupati Mataji?
Yeah. Ratnalekha Mataji sent her apologies that she will, she'll be missing because she's in India and they will come back only on 3rd of March
Right.
and 2nd of March. And Revati Mataji will join after 10 minutes. And I think Surya Chandra Prabhu, they are also going to India, so they must be pretty busy and leaving for India tomorrow. Surya Chandra Prabhu and Gitanjali Mataji.
Okay, so three of them are outside.
Yes.
Sarvadevi Radhika Mataji, she's also in India. She's in Mayapur right now.
Oh, wow.
But tomorrow, Prabhu, I will skip because first day of Parikrama.
Really? Okay.
Okay.
Good. You pray for us.
Okay.
Thank you. Let's begin. Amagyantimirandasya Gyananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manavishtam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuthavadakalam Shri Guru Vaishnavascha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादा सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधकांत नमस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी विचारणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चातदेशतारिणे How many of you remember the verse? Naham vipro na chanurpati na pivesho na shudram naham varni na च गृहपति न वनस्थो यतिर्वा किंतु प्रद्या निखिल परमानंद पूर्णामृताब्दे गोपिर्भर्तु पदकमलयोर दासदासानुदासः. You're trying, huh? Good. Last line everyone knows, you know, but not the not before that. And also the famous verse of Ritasura. Aham hare tava pad ekamulo dasanudaso bhavidasmi bhuya mana smreta supate gunaste ginita vakarma karotu kaya. Very beautiful verse. When will that day be mine? Hmm? When you go to the Lord, before the Lord, you should pray always this verse. When will that day be mine? When I become the servant of your servant. Hmm? And that is the principle, that is the foundation, that is the essence of Krishna consciousness movement, to become the servant of Krishna. That is Ananya Bhakti that we are discussing from last four sessions. Now today is the fifth session. Hi Krishna everyone. So thank you very much for joining me and in our discussion. So because of you all, I'm able to remember the Supreme Lord Krishna and discussing something about his glories, his pastimes, and a discussion about the pure devotional service, and that has been systematically being designed in this course, the Dãsãnudãs. So going forward, just to remind you uh, about our previous sessions. The first, where do we started about the course Dãsãnudãs. Uh, I think you made it on. Which Charan Prabhu? Is it AI companion? You have to switch on that, I think.
Company? Hold on.
It's not on. Shall I do it for you? You're not able to see on your screen? Although you're a co-host, so maybe not able to hear you, Prabhu. You're saying something?
No, you want me to quit and then come back, join again?
No. I'm saying that are you able to see this on your screen, on your laptop, AI companion? No.
Uh, uh, Hold on. Mm.
So I should switch on. Oh, yes.
I couldn't see. Yeah, I
Uh,
continue. Yes,
I
I
have done
saw.
that, Prabhuji.
now God. Okay. Okay. So, in our discussion, we have begun uh, this course by stating our goal of practicing the Krishna consciousness, right? Um, that is Smarta Visatam Vishnu Smarta Venajatushit Sarva Vidhi Nishedasyu Etayoreva Kinkara. To always remember Krishna and never forget him. Hmm? And when that be possible, and we have the mercy of the Lord's devotees, the pure devotee. And that is only possible when we perform a devotional service with a unmotivated uh, uh, um, and without faith perspective. Then only we are able to remember Krishna all the time. So in this way, the humility we discussed about four aspects of humility. Orientation. Now, second is about the second session we started with the Rag Marg and the Vidhi Marg, right? You remember all this. And the three types of bhakti: Ananya Bhakti, Gunibhut Bhakti, and Pradhanibhut Bhakti. And we ended with the three stages comes under Ananya Bhakti. That is Sadhana Bhakti, Bhava Bhakti, and Prema Bhakti. And under Sadhana Bhakti that comes Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti and Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. Is that clear till now? Okay. So now we're going ahead with the two aspects that is needed under the Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. That is austerity and discipline. Hmm. So let's first discuss about austerity part. Okay. Why is it necessary to perform austerity in Krishna consciousness? What is the reason that we as to wake up early in the morning to observe Ekadashi, to do uh, any different practices that is pertaining to the body, mind, and the Vani? Like, so why is it so necessary? That's the first question to all of you. So, because we are going to deep root, so that's why it's essential to ask the first question: that why is it necessary to perform the austerity in Krishna consciousness? So, sometimes it is said that I mean, the Lord is sitting inside, so why should we perform austerity to give so much pain to this body? So, should give pleasure to the Lord. Why eating rasgulla only? Why eating chole bhature? Huh? Why? So why we have to perform so much austerity? Why we are being told from the very beginning to perform austerity in first instance, tapasya, and which is very difficult. Yeah, please, anyone? Yes, please.
So when we control our mind and senses, we develop a sense of discipline, which is very pleasing to the Lord.
Discipline pleasing to the Lord in one instance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela of in Srivas Thakur's house. So there was one relative of Srivas Thakur who was visiting that house, and he was just eating only banana and milk, drinking milk only. Hmm? Remember? So he wanted to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dancing in the ecstasy of Harinam Sankirtan. Hmm? And then he says, Shivas, I won't be able to enjoy this. Somebody who should not be here, he's here. So he said, no, nobody is here. Then gradually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, again, there must be somebody who should not be here. Yes, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there's one devotee who happens to be here. He's a brahmachari. He's only surviving on he's very tapasvi, It's um, very austere. Very austere. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Shivas that is it the austerity that is only is required to to see my pastimes, to realize myself? Is it the thing that one can please me? No, certainly not.
Yes,
Huh?
austerity as advised by the Lord Prabhu, like fasting on Ekadashi. There, Chaitanya
Yeah,
Mahaprabhu didn't want anyone to come and see their Kirtana Sankirtana, but
mm,
he didn't follow that instruction, Prabhu.
yeah, yeah.
Also, Prabhuji, fasting on Ekadashi, and those are not punishing actually, that's more for spending more time and energy in devotional service rather
Mm.
than
So that is like I mean, dose for us. And you mean to say that it's kind of a
yes,
dose for us, and in
recharging.
its
Yes.
in its own nature, it's very sweet. But we are feeling so much austerity to conduct it, to perform this austerity, isn't it? That's what you want to say? Yeah. Um, because we have material senses, so that's why these performances of bhakti or the different devotional items, we it's a kind of austerity. It's a kind of austerity. But later on, it becomes a joyful nature, isn't it? Just like Madhava Tithi Bhakati Janani Yatane Palana Kori, right? That's in the one of the bhajan it says.
Yes.
Hmm?
Prabhu, can you repeat that
Yeah,
bhajana, Prabhu? What is
Bhakti
that?
Vinod Thakur's version.
that's a Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu,
Yes,
bhajan Anukul.
yes, Prabhu.
So it's there in that. Yes, Chitra Krishna, you want to say something?
No, no, Babu, it's already covered. Just wanted to tell that austerity does not mean like a suffering is like more a regulated life.
Mhm. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
What
In
is
our,
one more thing? But I mean, I want to understand more things about austerity. I want to get more points into austerity. That's okay. That's not. I mean, when I say that it's austerity uh, for us, but for Lord it is very pleasing, and these are devotional items what we are practicing. Although it's austerity for us currently. But what is the benefit? Well, why should we do this austerity? That's another point. Is one thing is pleasing to the Lord, but another, why should we do? What is the thing that is forcing us or giving us the impetus to do these austerities in first
Prabhu,
place?
Hare
It
Krishna.
brings us above the platform of Sattvagun, Prabhuji.
Okay, it takes us to the platform of Sattva. Okay, and
Prabhu,
then
this,
gradually comes to the level of Vishuddha Sattva, right? That's what you want to say. Mhm. To
Prabhu.
overcoming our lower natures. Okay, next is Abhicharan, you want to say something?
yeah, to purify our senses
Got
and
it.
to increase our love
That's
for.
another good point is purifying our senses, and the mind and senses are very impure. To purify that, we perform some austerities. Huh? And also to say another one last point. Anyone want to raise any other point? Last?
Last
Yeah.
point is just very simple thing. In material world also we say no pain, no gain.
I
Okay.
Yeah, so we have to is the
We
pain.
have to.
Purify senses is the one I wanted to say, but Prabhu said, but we need to anything to gain, Prabhu, you need to struggle a little bit.
Yeah.
also, to purify is there, and also to control the senses. I feel because by doing these austerities, we are actually controlling the senses. For example, like on Ekadashi, if you are fasting, and especially on Nirjala Ekadashi, we fast the whole day. And that is a time when we are actually telling our senses that be quiet. This is a time that, we are actually devoting this time to the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
So controlling that way also purify is there, and also to control the senses.
Also to control the senses. That's another point. Good. Yes, Prajanipru? Last.
It is also direct injection from Krishna, where he says in the 18th chapter, Yajna Dana Tapa should not be given up at any point of time. It purifies even the liberated.
Good. Good. And also, I heard, there's another thing, another perspective to see why should we perform the austerity. Maybe you've heard before, but let's see from another perspective from Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, what he says about austerity. Who is called austere person? And why should we perform austerity? So that is there in our nectar of instruction, purport. Okay? So I'm sharing that with you. There we go. You're seeing on my screen is the nectar of instruction purport. So here it says in his Anuvritti explanation of Updeshamrita, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur writes that our material identification creates three kinds of urges. So we will discuss about all these lines actually in great detail. Okay, please note down everything here. Our material identification creates three kinds of urges: the urge to speak, the urge or demand of the body, and the demand of the mind, and the demand of the body. And we see in this verse only, right? Vacho vegam manasa krodha vegam. So it is on these three levels, isn't it? Mind, body, and speech, right? So that's what here it is. Prabhupada is referring to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, that our material identification creates these three kinds of urges: the urge to speak, the urge to the body, mind, and the demand of the body. When the living entity fall victim to these three kinds of urges, the life become inauspicious. Okay, it's very important phrase. The life become inauspicious when the person fall victim to these three kind of urges. And one who practice resisting these demands or urges is called tapasvi, or one who practice austerities. By such tapasya, now here the conclusion. By such tapasya, one can overcome the victimization by the material energy, the external potency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now let's discuss one by one. Okay. What is this material identification?
I'm the body.
Oh, that's okay.
And
But
everybody
that's
everybody, we look at everyone as like, part as the body. We don't look at the we don't go and see that person that he is a spirit soul, but we relate to everyone, identify with them, like with the body, with where they are born, they're American, they're Indian, all these things. That is identification.
and that's one part of it. How does it create it, our material identification in first instance? This is just one thing that you're telling, that okay, we are identifying with our body and relating others with what we have, like that. That's one thing. But how does this material identification? So that's a part of sambandha jnana, right? Sambandha jnana.
Prabhu, when we forget Krishna and try to enjoy our senses,
Yeah, that's another verse is there, right? Which verse it states? Krishna. How does it start, right? I give the first. uh, Krishna Bhuliya Jiva, right?
Yeah, yeah. Krishna
They
Bhuli.
Jiva Anadir Bahir Mukha Ataiva Maya Tare Deya Sansara Dukha. That is Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, 20th chapter 117. As soon as Krishna Bhuliya se Jiva Anadir Bahir Mukha. So he said, um, he's gone away from Krishna. Ataiva Maya Tare Deya Sansara Dukha. Mm. So when we forget Krishna, so our material identification is created in this material world, right? And what is this material identification? This is the first instance. When we forget Krishna, so our whole process is to remember Krishna. So when we forget Krishna, our material identification is created. But who creates that?
Mahamaya, material energy of the
Yeah, that's okay. But in this material world, who has this uh, this position to create this material identification? Who gives this material identification in this material world? Who creates it?
Avaranatmika and Pratyekshātmika, Prabhu.
That's the
That's
two
it.
kinds of material energy. It's the two kinds of material energy. Obviously, Brahmaji, you forgot Brahmaji.
Avidya.
Brahmaji creates, huh? So
Creates
Brahmaji
avidya.
creates this. Yes, Brahmaji creates this material identification, and that is what is in the beginning of creation. You can see here. Uh, just a second. Yeah, this is the verse 3.20.18. Okay, so this is Brahmaji is creating this material universe and creating all these different things. ससर्ज छायया अविद्याम पंचप पर्वाणम अग्रतः तामिश्रम अंधतामिश्रम तमो मोह महातमः. So he creates this material identification. Although this is our mistake only that we demanded Krishna se bhuliya, Krishna bhuliya ji. But who creates that? This is Brahmaji creates that. So Sarj Chayaya Avidyam. It's just like a chaya, yeah. It's a darkness. It's like a shadow. Yeah. And what is that? Avidyam. It says avidyam, but there are five kinds of avidyam. Avidya means ignorance of Krishna. Ignorance of Krishna. Panch parvanam agrataha. So he creates five kinds of avidya. And what is that? Tamishram, andha tamishram, tamo moho, mahatamaha. How many of you have heard of these five kinds of vidya before? No?
I
Yeah,
heard, Prabhu. I
yeah, I mean,
attended this
you were there
class.
in my class, so that's why you say before. So there are five kinds of vidya he has created. Hmm? Tamishram, andha tamishram, tamo moham, moham mahatamaha. Five. Tamishram, first is Tamishram, second is Andha. So you can write down. First is Tamishram, second is Andha Tamishram, third is Tamas, fourth is Moha, and fifth is Maha. It says Mahatama, but in other words it says Mahamoha. Let me see. Mahamoha, right. Mahamoha. So here it is Tamishwar, Andha Tamishwar, Tamas Moha, and Mahamoha. Now, what is this Tamishar, Andhatamishar, Tamas, Moha, and Mahamoha? Just like Vishnupati Mataji, she's saying that so um, that when we forget our identity, when we identify ourselves with matter, when we identify ourselves with, but there is more to it. There are 5 kinds of vidya he has created. Tamishar, Andhatamishar, Tamas, Moha, Mahamoha. And what is that? Let's see what Prabhupada says in the purport. Tamishar. First is Tamishar. The first condition is a covering of Tamishar. So please, let's go together. The first condition is the covering of a Tamishar or anger. Constitutionally, each and every living entity has minute independence. It is the misuse of that minute independence for the conditioned soul to think that he can also enjoy like Supreme Lord, or to why shall I not be a free enjoyer like the Supreme Lord? Ah, the forgetfulness of his constitutional position is due to anger or envy. So, uh, so going forward, when he forgets this, that he is a part and parcel of Krishna and tries to be one with him, that condition is called Tamishara. Getting the point? Mhm. When one forgets Krishna and tries to be one with him, this condition is called Tamishara. Okay? Andat Tamishar means involves considering death to be the ultimate end. You see that the people they say that okay, this is the only life we are here, so why not we enjoy? Who has
Yes.
seen who has seen the previous life, who has seen the next life, Why should we not enjoy? This is the only life we have. So that is called Andatamishar. It is created. This illusion is created like that. That is called Andatamishar. Everyone can see that the other person is dying before him and after him like that. Everyone can see that his grandfather, his great grandfathers, everyone is not here. So, but they say that this is the only end, the death is the only end. Who has seen? Who has seen? As long as you live, you should live uh, prosperously. That's what Prabhupada says here in the that their theory is like that only. A theory. Enjoy material life like anything. Beg, borrow, steal, just eat. What is that Muni name? Charvak Muni. Charvak Muni says, na, beg, borrow, steal. Hmm? Drink only desi ghee. Drink only desi ghee. So that's what he says. Andatamishar. Andatamishar. So Tamishar means that forgetfulness of Krishna and tries to be one with him. This condition is called Tamishar. And Andatamishar means this life is the only end. There's nothing after and nothing before like that. Okay. Then coming to the tamas. The third is called tamas. Tamas, the condition of not knowing anything about the spirit soul, is called tamas. So that means the ignorance of our identity as soul. Although everybody knows that it is different from the body, but still everyone is on the platform of tamas, not identifying ourselves with the spirit soul. Condition of not knowing anything about the spirit soul is called tamas. So these 3 things you see, ignorance of Krishna or forgetfulness of Krishna, our relationship with him is called tamishra. Andatamishwar, that this life is the only end. Third is tamas, not knowing anything about the spirit soul, about the body only. These three things create, as Prabhupada says further, these three things create, where is it called? Moha. Where is it? Moha. Is it there? This is my body. Where is it?
Yeah,
Ignorance. Ah,
what line from
as,
below?
this is.
Yeah.
As this attachment increases, the moha or religion of the body, a concept of life, also increases. Yeah. So moha means attachment to the material things. Okay. Attachment to the material things is called moha. And mahamoha means that becoming mad after the material enjoyment. That is called mahamoha. Mahamoha. To be mad after material enjoyments. You see the words here? To be mad after the material enjoyment. That's called mahamoha. Right? So that takes us always and always in this material ocean from innumerable lifetimes, innumerable lifetimes it takes us here only just because of these five kind of avidya. Tamishwar, anda tamishwar, tamas, moha, anda moha. And these are five varieties of avidya. To easily remember, you should not, I'm not saying that you have to remember this tamishwar and the tamishwar, but just you just can remember avidya. Because of avidya, we are here in this material world. That is, the avidya means material identification. That is material identification. Okay? And that material.
Prabhuji, oh, sorry.
Sorry, good. Go ahead.
Sorry, Prabhuji, I just had one question. So these five are starting as in the first as is mentioned anger, and then after that the covering is Andhatamishwara, then Tamas, Moha, and then Mahamoha. Is it that way?
Yeah, the first three are like it's like more like a coverings,
Okay.
and then as a result, we get moha and the andamoha or mahamoha,
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
like that. Um, that's what I have heard. I have reread in the tika in the commentary also. Yeah, like that. So in this way, we can understand that this material identification. That's what Bhakti Sansar Thakur says. Let's go to that only again. That our material identification this creates these three kinds of urges. So when this material identification is created, so automatically this urges to speak, to demand of the mind and the demand of the body, automatically it's there, right? With our material identification. Okay. And one who falls victim to this urges, life become inauspicious. And one who practices resisting these demands is called tapasvi, practices austerities. Now you see here, by such tapasya, one can overcome the victimization by the material energy. So why we need to do the tapasya? To overcome this victimization by the material energy. The external potency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because the material energy, now let's speak about the material energy more about, okay? How does it work actually? How does it work? Uh, I mean, just before that, about this tapasya of these three types of urges doing the tapasya of vacho vegam manasa krodha vegam jiva vegam udarupastha vegam etan vegan visheta dhira sarvam pimam prithvim sashishya. Just before going to the material identification or this material energy, we'll speak about it. We'll discuss about that as well. Just before that, uh, because in the Nectar of Instruction, Sri Rupa Goswami says about this avidya as well, and how we can overcome this avidya. Okay, that is the seventh verse of Nectar of Instruction. Syata Krishnam Charitati Sitapta Vidya. He said it's also there, avidya. Pitoptapta rasanasya narochikano kintu adaradanudeenam khalo jasaiva justa swadvikramad bhavati tatgatmaulahantri. It says very beautifully. It gives an analogy here. Syat Krishnam is already sweet, but because of vidya, we are not relishing, and we are not able to relish. And it is compared that vidya with the biles or jaundice, right? Pitoptapt rasanasya narochikanu. That's why, because we're not able to relish that. That's why I say that sometimes, like in our bhakti life also, we fall victim to the vidya or not. Sometimes we are on the high side, right? The chanting is like we are
Prabhu, you are breaking.
Yeah.
We can't hear you, Prabhuji.
Can't hear you, Prabhu.
Your mind is very good today, Prabhu.
yes, no. Okay, is it audible?
Yeah, better.
Prabhuji.
Where did we left off?
About that verse in Nectar of Instruction, Sri Krishna Namacharita.
Okay,
Seventh verse.
okay, yeah. Hi Krishna, Surit Krishna Prabhu. Welcome.
Hare Krishna
So
Prabhu.
here's the verse. Hi Krishna.
Yeah, Prabhu, continue. I just joined in, returning from a meeting.
Yeah, I just saw it. That's why I just want to say Hare Krishna to you. Thank you. So Syat Krishnam Charitati Sitapt Avidya. So when we are chanting, these the name, qualities, pastimes, character, these are nectarian, just like a sugar candy, isn't it? Sitapta Vidya. Sitapta Avidya. And because of avidya, we are not able to relish it to the extent it is so sweet, isn't it? pitoptaptrasnasya narochikano. And because of this bile or the disease of bile or jaundice, we're not able to relish so much. That's why Rupa Goswami says, sorry, so Rupa Goswami says, Tunda Tunda, Ori Ratim Vitunate. I shall have the millions of tongue, millions of ears, isn't it? But no, we do. We can't even handle one or two. And sometimes we're frustrated doing the 16 rounds even. In the night, we're able to chant so in ecstasy. We're not able to finish. One round is like Yugaitam Nimeshena Chakshusha. It's like the tears are coming from our eyes. When it will be over? Na Rochikan. Not able to relish it. Kintu Adra. So it says that, dear devotees, in this point, please remember always. Whenever we have doubts in our mind about this process, whenever we have the low taste in Krishna consciousness, whenever we feel that it is um, uh, maybe I'm not capable, I won't be able to do it. This is just for the liberated souls. This process is we can't I mean I'm not able to achieve in this lifetime. These are kind of doubts that arise in our, isn't it? Am I on the same page, or I'm speaking something out of the box?
Yes,
Huh?
Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
These doubts come. Even though we are practicing from last 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, but still we have many things that comes on our ways. Until and unless this avidya is completely over, this doubts, this experiences of the lower taste and the of the um, this material energies again and again taking us to the platform of avidya. And
Why is it doing? Prabhuji? Why is it doing? Why is material energy disturbing so much? Even we are wanting to do it, but why is she subduing us so much?
yeah, that's a Krishna Bhuliya says ji Bhagavancha kare. Why is it so? Because we have a desire to enjoy material energy. That is the only reason. Bhagavancha kare. So we have an unlimited desire to to enjoy the material world, or that is called sense gratification, right? The sense gratification actually is the cause, and that's why it says that. That's why here you can see Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says the urge to speak, the urge to demand of the mind, and the demand of the body, it creates, and the material entity creates these three kinds of urges. Although we know all these things, but still the urges of this mind, body, and speech, it is it is making our life inauspicious, and that's why we have to do tapasya so that we can overcome this victimization of by this material energy. Tapasya is needed. That's why the tapasya is needed. So now you know the root cause to to overcome this avidya energy. We need to do this tapasya. Please write down these points. We are very clear on this. You can see it is very clear in this one paragraph. It is very clearly elaborated by Srila Prabhupada, quoting Anuvriti explanation of Updeshamrita. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur writes in this connection. So please do note this point that our material to overcome this material identification, to to overcome the victimization of the material energy, and uh, and to please just please the Supreme Lord, to purify our senses, mind, and these. So we have to do tapasya. So very nice question that why this is disturbing us, why material energy wants us to. And because of our anadir bahirmukha jeev, bhoga vancha, because of our unlimited desires to enjoy this material energy. That's why we are still here. We are still here. That is why. That's why again and again in Srimad Bhagavatam, in many pages, you will find that two things are only mentioned. One is uh, increase the attachment towards Krishna, and second is detachment from sense gratification. So we don't have to be detached from anything, home, family, this and that, not even work or this and that. Detachment from sense gratification is the only binding factor. I mean, attachment to the, not detachment, but attachment to the material things, you know. And that's why to detach ourselves, bhaktya puman jata viraga indri. That detachment comes by the practice of austerities or by the process of following the bhakti process or sadhana bhakti or Vedic sadhana bhakti. It gradually increases the detachment. And that's why it says by Rup Goswami, it is not like, it can come in 1 day or 2 day or 1 year, 2 year, 10 year, 20 years. Not like that. It may take so long, it takes so long time. And that's why you can see in the last it says, Swadvi kramad bhavati tad gad mool hantri. Kramad. Kramad means gradually. Gradually the taste will come. By the same sugar candy, by the same sugar candy of the holy name, the taste will come naturally. We'll feel the emotions, the bhava, the attachment, the ruchi, everything will come. But that will come by kramad bhavati. Kramad bhavati. And you may have a question then why, if it is not coming, if it is not coming, then what is the cause? Yeah, you need to see that's why it says kintu ad radhanudinam. Maybe we are not able to carefully doing that, carefully doing the tapasya, or not carefully or appropriately doing the tapasya, and maybe we are not careful about the sense gratification or part of this material identification. These two things are just blocking our way. These two things are blocking our way because we are not careful about sense gratification and because our tapasya is not so strong. These two things are blocking our way. It's not, we want to increase our devotion life, we want to feel this, all these things, we want to chant purely, we want to do this, but these two things, they are just blocking our ways. They're just blocking our ways. And then the doubt arises, am I in the right organization? Why I'm here? I'm not able to chant nicely. There may be something I can't do it in this lifetime. It is not possible for me. After some period of time when you're chanting from last 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and when the feelings are not coming and you're not able to uh, chant attentively, still the doziness or something comes in your way. It happens or not? When you're chanting or some sleeping doziness or anything, it comes. Mm.
Yes,
There's no,
Prabhuji.
there's no taste in chanting hearing the holy names or associating with the devotees. And we say we really like the devotee association, but in the devotee association, what do you like? What do you like the devotee?
Prasad.
Prasadam.
Prasad.
Only prasadam we like. Only prasadam we like.
Gossip.
Actually, devotee association means you see in the pages of Bhagavatam. Satam prasangadam virya samvitam bhavanti hitkarna rasayana. Where we hear the rasa katha, you hear the rasa katha, it's going inside my ears. Uh, I'm associating with the devotee just to hear the glories of the Lord. And that is the association that is required. That is really to that level we need to come. But to come to that level, we need to cross this carefully and practicing rigorously this tapasya. Unless and until we do it, it's not possible. It's not possible. Yeah. So that's why we are doing this course. We are to increase our intensity, to increase the intensity of going from pradhani bhuta to ananya bhakti, right? It just vanquishes or completely seizes the material existence, the material identification, as soon as you adopt the right method, right methodology. And then now, the last point here, Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur says, I'm just going to refer that. By such tapasya, one can overcome the victimization by the material energy. And now, on this point, let me ask you, what is this material energy or external potency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead? That's also part of Sambandha Jnana. What is this material energy? Tell me. External energy, what is this?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I'll just try Prabhu, whatever I know.
Yes, please.
So the Lord has many energies, innumerable energies. So three are very important, Antaranga, Bahiranga and Tatastha. This material energy is the Bahiranga Shakti Prabhu. And it has got three parts, Pradhana, Avidya and Vidya. So Pradhana is involved in creation of this world. And Avidya is what we read under Brahma, trying to forget our constitutional position and giving new identity. And some point, if we want to identify a real identity of ourselves, the Vidya part also helps us, Prabhu. That's what I learned.
But you categorize it. I mean, what is material energy? But my first question is that what is material energy?
Maya
What
Shakti?
is
Bahiranga Shakti.
Whatever we see around us, Prabhu, whatever we are seeing around us is all material energy. Everything.
Is it Maya Shakti or inferior Shakti?
I mean, you all are okay, but you're not defining the object what I'm referring to.
Does it refer to Daivi Esha Gunamayi, my energy, which
That's the Lord says that it is my energy. That's what it says. Nothing else.
Prabhu, is
can
it
be
material energy means we are going away from Krishna?
Okay. Let's see what the Lord says to Brahmaji. Okay, that is the verse here. You can see. This is 2.9.34. That must be very much clear to all of you. And this is the Chatushloki Bhagavatam. This is second verse of Chatushloki Bhagavatam. I like this verse very much, Rite artham yat pratiyeta, na pratiyeta chatmani. Tad vidyad atmano mayam. What is that the material energy? So Lord says, Tad vidyad atmano mayam. Yatha bhaso yatha tamaha.
according to this, that energy which takes us away from Krishna is Maya.
Yeah,
material.
let's try to hear this. What is the actual meaning of this verse? Hmm? It's a very deep meaning. You see the verse, the purport itself is a very like 10 pages purport is there. This verse, this Chatushloki Bhagavatam. So much commentaries are there of the acharyas. Rite artham yat pratiyeta. Rite artham means rite means without the value. Artham means its value. Yat prati, it appears to be. Na pratiyeta chatmani. Hmm? So, material energy means, you see here, whatever appears to be of any value, if it is not, if it is without relation to me, has no reality. Know it as my illusory energy. So, in simpler words, it says here, Lord saying to Brahma that if anything which you see is without relation to me, rite artham. Artham means you see as a value. Oh, it's very valuable. But you see it as a not relation to me, to Krishna. No relation with Krishna. You're seeing that with no relation to Krishna. When you see something very nice foodie thing or this thing, huh? Some chole bhature, this and that. Maybe you're able to forget Krishna. Some jalebi or this or that. Rite artham yat pratiyeta. Huh? Na pratiyeta chatmani. You forgot. Yeah, there's some the value you see that it is valuable, Rite artham yat pratiyeta. It appears to be, but without any connection with Krishna. Na pratiyeta chatmani is no reality, is no relation with me. You see it as separate from me. No relation means separate from me.
Prabhu, I have one clarification.
So just a second. So when we say that this whole material world is a material energy, so that's why for devotee this Vishwam Purnam Sukhayate, because he doesn't see the material energy, he sees as a creation of Krishna. He doesn't see separate from Krishna. So when we see things separate from Krishna, it's called material energy. Simple, illusory energy. You can note down this point. When we see things separate from Krishna, that is called the illusory energy. When we see everything in relation with Krishna, that is spiritual energy. Opposite is also true.
Prabhuji, I have a question.
Yeah. Yes, please do so.
So when we connect it to Krishna, so the same like the example which you gave, like the chole bhature and jalebi, but when we are connected, like when we are offering it, so that is again spiritualized, right, Prabhu?
Yeah, spiritualized, but our mentality to eat is not spiritualized.
Oh, bhogavritti is there, that means.
Yeah, that's a bhagavati is there.
So how do we spiritualize that? Like that.
That's the tapasya.
So does
That's
that
what
mean
raising our consciousness, raising our consciousness. When our consciousness is raised, then we'll see the same things in relation with Krishna. And then with each and every bite, we will remember Krishna. Krishna Boda Doyamai, Tarivar Jiva Jai. We remember that how merciful Krishna is. He's giving me this food. He's giving me this. This is personally tasted by Krishna only. With each and every bite, your ecstasy will increase.
Also remembering Krishna in each and every morsel also, right, Prabhu? Like,
Yes, that's the point.
oh my
That's
goodness. Okay. Yeah.
Prabhu,
this is
so
unsurmountable, you see. It's very difficult to achieve. Hmm?
Ah, that
Yeah,
meaning
but that's
not,
no, no,
not
that's a point of connection. That's a point of our constitutional position. That's a point of our seeing things in relation with Krishna. Everything.
so Prabhu, devotees think this world also spiritual, and that is why they say no need to go back to
Yeah, they
Godhead.
see that everywhere. That's why Prahlad Maharaj says, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go to your.
Um,
Well, they see that everything is in relation with you, with you, Krishna. I don't feel like. For me,
yes,
every situation is okay.
yes,
Every
Prabhu.
situation
Thank
is
you
okay. So
so much.
I'm remembering you. I'm seeing
Yes,
everything in relation with you.
yes,
And
Prabhu.
that is what the point is. Always remember Krishna, never What is that point? This is only this point only. Seeing
Yes,
everything
Prabhu.
in relation with Krishna. That is only this point.
Thank
That
you
is
so
spiritual
much,
energy.
Prabhu.
That is spiritual energy. You're not seeing that, it's called an illusory energy. We say everything is Maya, everything is Maya. Our conception is also Maya, you know. Our conception is only Maya. We say everything is Maya. This car is Maya. This home is Maya. This money is Maya. Everything is Maya. We do categorize everything in the Maya category. No, make it very clear that this verse is the essence of this the material energy. When you see anything without relationship in separate with Krishna, so I mean, not in relation with Krishna, that is called material energy.
Hare Krishna, bro.
Yes.
Bro, I have one clarification. Also, want to get your opinion. See, sometimes we see different ethnic group, like we have Tamilians, we have Malayalis, we have Telugus, we have Bengalis. They have specific culture, that they follow, which got nothing to do with Krishna's attachment or Krishna in relationship with Krishna. But because of
Yeah.
their attachment to their culture, they try to
Mm.
Christianize it. They try to follow the festival. Like for example, in
Mm.
South India, we they do Pongal, yeah,
Yeah.
very famous. And they do that,
Yeah.
and then they try to, bring just chant Hare Krishna mantra. They think that is already been spiritualized. What is your opinion
Mm.
on that? Is it attachment or because of they?
I mean, that is kind of a current kind of activity or something they are doing, so cultural fest and this and that, or that's another part of a Vidya only.
Okay.
Uh, but anyways, I mean, all this, but it has, but if it has some scriptural reference or something, but that also has some purifying agent is already there inside that.
Yeah.
So that will purify their consciousness gradually, very slow, very slow. Like it will take many lifetimes.
Mm.
That comes under Guni Bhoot or something like that.
Mm.
Taking the permission of the Lord or something, and doing this yagya and all this something. That's also come under with. I mean, some only one millisecond or something of vidya, but rest is avidya only.
So it's always good
They
to
are
follow.
demanding. They are demanding just for sense gratification only to increase more sense gratification. Why they
Yeah.
want ashirvad? Why they want all the blessing? All this. So their whole material existence would increase. They can get more generations and generations to come. I want to see the face of my uh, uh, grandson, granddaughter, grandson, grandson. Want to see the face of them. What is that? Is it not a vidya? Yeah. So ultimately, it's already we are so much in avidya, and this material civilization and this material cosmos, the material things are made in such a way that we can increase more and more of Vidya. That's why devotee is very compassionate, very seeing that, oh, these are people are also so much in avidya, they're not coming back, they don't want to leave, they don't want to see real happiness, even though they have been given. Why? So people may ask that why they are not taking it. They know that they are in avidya. They said, okay, we have to be in avidya only. We don't want to leave anything. Why is it so? Because of maha moha and maha moha. They can't leave sense gratification. They can't leave the sense gratification because of this moha and maha moha. They're mad after this. Anda yatha ande upaniyama. They're mad after the sense gratification. That's why they can't leave that. That's why the innumerable, the living entities in this material world, they're after this sense gratification. That's why they don't want to do this tapasya. They don't want to commit to the level of coming to the Krishna consciousness and doing this and that. It's very difficult for people to come there. That's why only 1%, not only even 1%, 0.1% is only Krishna, only in bhakti. And those who are coming in bhakti, they are also they are also degrees. They are also degrees. Some are practicing in their own way, this way, that way. I mean, the conception is also not clear. We are here discussing the things, but still many in the followers of Krishna consciousness movement is gone. They do not know what is the real thing. They're not, I mean, they are just practicing, okay, that is good. That we are practicing. We'll go back to Godhead or something like this lifetime, maybe many lifetimes, 3 lifetime, Prabhupada says this and that. So very difficult, to take the devotees even, what to talk about the non-devotees, not to take the devotees away from this avidya, it's very difficult. Moha, andha moha, maha moha, moha, maha moha, attachment to sense gratification.
So Prabhuji, the cultural which the devotees they do, practicing devotees, they hold on to their culturals because it has been coming on. So how do we
That's why we'll come to that. That's why all these aspects will be covered in this course.
Okay.
How to deal with the rituals, things like that.
Yeah.
Devi Devtas and all this. So this are coming in this way and that way. How should we? How
Then
should we?
fasting for their children, them fasting for their
Yeah.
husband, all
Yes.
these.
What is that vrata called? Ohi. What? I don't remember. What is this particular name is?
Do some tej.
Yes,
And then,
Ahoy Ashtami,
Ohi.
Prabhuji.
Ohi. Yeah.
Ahoy Ashtami.
Ohi.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, devotees also fast on this. So they say that I mean they see that they're separate from. There is another thing. Seeing the
even
devata separate from the from Krishna. That's also vidya. That's also vidya. Seeing the devata separate from Krishna. That's also offense. This is also offense to to the holy name. We are seeing the devata separate from. This is second offense. Second offense. So we'll discuss about it in detail. We'll discuss about it. So how to see, how to face, and how to teach others as well. What is the solution? What is the remedy of this? We'll see to this.
Prabhu, I got one more clarification.
Yeah.
Prabhu, see, I sometimes, this Purata, this what you call Taturmasya. Sometimes I see the last 5 days, some devotees are very extreme, they only take cow dung, cow urine, something like that. So, is that proper time or what is?
No, it's not from the proper time. It's not from proper timing. So proper time is very simple. Chaturmasya or Vrata, proper saw that some devotees are doing, they have a big beard and not taking anything proper. What the Mahaprasad plate, and he said, eat this Mahaprasad. This is your tapasya. So doing the tapasya, not serving the Lord is not, I mean, that's according to the Acharya. That's why the second aspect is called discipline. Tapasya with discipline. Okay? Not with whimsical. Tapasya can be whimsical also. I am doing this tapasya, I am doing that vrata, I am doing that. This is recommended in the Vara Purana or this Purana. I may quote many verses from the. I say this is called, but that may be also not raising you to the level. So what is that tapasya? I am quoting the Hari Bhakti Vilas. Hari Bhakti Vilas, it is said this thing, that thing. What do you so say about Hari Bhakti Vilas? What your Guru says is more better for you to follow rather than Hari Bhakti Vilas. So that's the point. So tapasya can be whimsical and can be according to the parampara, right? So that is another kind of sense gratification. Tapasya without discipline, without the acharya, without the mercy of the devotees, without the instruction of the devotees. That will not touch, that will not purify us actually. That will only budge our ignorance or increase our ignorance only. Right? That kind of tapasya will only increase our ignorance, our vidya. Because that is not purifying, because that is not given by our acharya, that is not given by the spiritual master. That is not recommended, even if it is written in the Shastra. But still it has to come from your spiritual master. It has to come from the proper channel. Then only it will uplift your consciousness, uplift you from the tamaguna, uplift you from the avidya factor. Right? And the last thing I would like to quote about this tapasya is, in your module you can see that is the verse coming here, the Rishabha Vacha. 5.5, very famous verse about tapasya. Where it says to all the 100 sons, okay, headed by Bharat Maharaj, okay. नायम देह देह भाजाम निलोके कष्टान कामान अर्हति विद्भुजाम ये तपो दिव्यम पुत्रकायेन सत्वं शुद्धेत यस्माद्. So anyone who has taken this birth, who has taken this body, deha, it should not work like hawks, dogs. There's a verse also in second canto. Hawks, dogs, camels, and asses. Kashtana kaman arhati. Automatically it is increasing their avidya only. And that's what they have to do. Tapo divyam putraka yena sattvam. They have to do tapasya, and that is called divya tapasya, divine austerity. Putraka yena sattvam, shuddhet yasmad brahma saukyam. What is the result of that tapasya? Shuddhet yasmad brahma saukyam tavanantam. So the two results Rishabdev is saying here, shuddhet yasmad. It will purify us, purify our existence, purify our mind, purify our body, purify our senses, purify the material victimization, purify. So that is also purification part. But another part is the Brahma Sakhyam Tavanantam. It will give you unlimited happiness. That kind of tapasya. Okay. So now I'm summarizing what we have discussed so far. So today we are discussing about this tapasya. What is the necessity of this tapasya? In this tapasya, we quoted from Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. The quote, very famous, the quote is coming from that Anuvritti explanation of this nectar of instruction, where he explained about our material identification creates three kinds of urges, and then we're discussing about what is this material identification, how does it create it. So about the avidya factor. Krishna bhuliya jiva. As soon as we forget Krishna, Brahmaji creates that. Okay, these are 5 things you have now. Tamishara, Andha Tamishara, Tamas, Moha, Andha Moha. He created that. And that's kind of a Vidya. So then, Srila Bhakti Saraswati Thakur says, then one has to do tapasya in order to free oneself from this victimization of material energy. And then we were discussing about what is this material energy? How does it work? Hmm? How does it work? Everything is not like a material energy. The thing you see as separate from Krishna is called material energy. The thing we see as a part of Krishna, that is called uh, a spiritual energy. That is spiritualized. So how to overcome this avidya? When we do this tapasya, very with adrat and anudinam, that's with very carefully we have to see that if we are so fond of doing sense gratification and with each and everything we have to be careful of sense gratification. And second thing is our intensity of our practicing devotional life. These two things will raise us to the level of Vidya. And Vidya means Vidyavadu Jivanam. You know, where it comes, Vidyavadu Jivanam? Shiksha Ashtakam, the first verse. Vidyavadu Jivanam. By doing the Sankirtana, the one of the result is that you will come to the platform of Vidya. Vidyavadu Jivanam. So now you got the whole meal, of this tapasya. The whole concept of tapasya we're taking from different shastras, verses, and this and that. Right? Any clarification so far? Or question? And the last we summarize as well what we discussed. I hope it is not confusing. Huh? Sometimes the things become very technical. So that's why I'm clarifying. Again, repeating the thing that that's what we have discussed. But generally, is it clear? We couldn't hear you.
Yes, Prabhuji, it's clear, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
To explain.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Prabhu.
Okay. So I think we should close here on this point. That's enough for you for today.
Yeah,
to
more than enough.
digest it. to digest this concepts. Then we'll go to the discipline side. Okay. We'll go to the
Prabhuji, I just,
discipline.
the two words you use, Adarat and Anudinam. What is that correctly? What is that? Those words? That is carefully.
That is again it is coming from that seventh verse of Nectar of Instruction, our
Okay.
Rupa Syat Krishna. So it says about solution. What is the solution of it? The carefully and regularly.
Yeah.
Adarat and Anudinam.
Yes, carefully and at every day. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu.
So we are also discussing about the different platforms of Vidya or something like that. No, it's not like that. If you're practicing and you're very careful, then only we can say that now you are overcoming avidya. Overcoming avidya. Then more the person is overcoming avidya, is very careful. Oh, I don't want to again come into this. Because then he is getting the taste. Then he's getting the taste. The real taste of nectar. The real taste is getting. So then you don't want to come back to avidya. When you got the real taste, you got the real thing, then you don't want to taste the bad thing that you tasted so far, isn't it? So that's the whole concept. That's the whole concept here. And that's why we have three kinds of tapasya. We'll stop there. We'll stop here with the three kinds of tapasya that is given in 17th chapter, 14th, 15th, and 16th verse. That also we need to learn. We need to memorize these verses. Tomorrow we'll discuss more about it. These three verses, and gradually, one by one, we'll touch about the austerity of body, or the
Speech.
austerity of speech, and
Mind.
austerity of mind. We'll discuss about it. But let me tell you, it's looking very difficult till I mean at this stage to overcome, but it's very easy, very very easy. In the last, you'll see that the realization you will get after doing this the first semester, it's very easy. I'm just taking you to that level that how much we need to work, but still, I'm telling you that in the last, you'll see the process is very simple, very easy. It's very easy to practice. And maybe I can do also this thing um, because that the different concepts is one thing that will take you to that level that we're going to cover in the next discussions. But at the same time, this practice needs to be done like Abhideya simultaneously so that we can taste actually what is the nectar is there, isn't it? So from next class onwards, we'll see that. I mean, tomorrow also, very important, very important. Okay, so we'll cover that. We'll discuss a little bit about every time. We'll discuss 15 minutes, 20 minutes about the holy name as well. That is the only solution. We'll discuss about that. How to chant, how to intensify our sadhana, how to increase our devotion towards Krishna. We'll do that as well. And while we are going with these concepts and everything. Is that okay?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, looking
Yeah.
forward. Yes.
So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Shri
Thank you.
Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Bhakta
Tasya kripa sindhu
ki
vache
jai.
Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. His Grace Nityanand Ashray Prabhu
All
ki jai. All
with Gaur Bhakta ki